Good morning, everybody. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, you're 3rd through 5th graders. Okay, so, as you can tell, things are a little bit different this morning. Your pastor has actually asked me to come and speak, and I want to know if anybody can guess who I am. Anybody?
Jesus.
No, not quite. Anybody else?
Mary.
No?
Sarah.
No. Do you want to guess?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Well, I'm Ruth, and I'm going to tell you a little story that is about kindness. But before I do, I have this word search for you guys that you guys can do while I'm talking. If there's a misspelling, it's not my fault. We don't have computers. There you go. Okay. And yes, I do have the key, so if you don't find one, I know where they all are. Well, it's been a long time now, but I remember when my husband died, and he died with his brother, and shortly before him and his brother died, his dad died. During this point, there was a famine. But after this all happened, my husband's mom decided to go to Bethlehem. Because she heard a lot of good things about Bethlehem. Anybody know who else was born in Bethlehem? Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Good job. Well, I decided that I would go with her to Bethlehem. It was me, Naomi, who's my husband's sister-in-law, or my husband's mom, and Orpha, who's my husband's brother's wife, because my brother died too. So all three of us going down to Bethlehem, and as we go down there, Naomi looks at both of us, which is, my husband's mom, looks at both of us and tells us that we should go back and be with our family. But neither of us moved. We both decided to stay with Naomi. As we were walking, Naomi kept trying to get us to go back home. She kept trying to convince us that there's no point in walking with her because she was old and we had better things. Since we were young, we had better things that we could do. Well, she pushed so hard that she finally got Orpha to convince, and she went back home to be with her family. But I stayed with Naomi because I knew that Naomi needed somebody to be with her because she's gone through a lot with losing her husband and both her sons. So she needed somebody to stay with her. So I told her, don't make me leave. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people are now my people, and your God is now my God. She finally realized I was not going to leave her, and I was going to walk with her all the way to Bethlehem. So when we finally get to Bethlehem, we start to get settled, and we realized that we need food. So I decided that I would go collect the grain that the people left, like the leftover grain that people just left. And as I did that, the man who owned the harvest came, and his name is Boaz. And when he came to visit his harvest, he asked the overseer, who was I? The overseer told him that I was a Moabite woman who came here from Moab with Naomi. He noticed I had been working from morning till night. This was because I had to get enough food for not only me, but also for Naomi. Boaz came up to me and told me that I could stay one night and I could work with the women that are already there. He also told the men that work for him that they are not to lay one hand on me. And he told me that if I was thirsty, I could just go get a drink from the water that the men had already gotten. When he was done, I bowed and I asked, why do I deserve all of this kindness from somebody that I don't even know? He said, I have been told all about you. What you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of her husband. How you have left your father and mother and homestead and came to live with people you do not know. He went on to say that he hopes the Lord blesses me for all that I have done. Then he came up to me and asked me if I would like to have some bread dipped in wine vinegar with him and some other people that worked for him. And I did, and I ate as much as I wanted. Like, I was full. But there was still leftovers. This was amazing to me. But when I was done, I started to leave. And as I did, Boaz told his men not to reprimand me and to encourage them to even leave some stock for me to pick up in the fields. Again, I was wondering, how do I deserve all of this kindness from a man who I have never met before? The next time I went to harvest, I got so much food that it amounted to an elephant. Do you guys know how big an elephant is? It's a lot of food. So Naomi and I had enough food to last us a while. When I came home with all this food, though, Naomi's like, where did you get all of this? How did you do this? And she said, blessed be the man who took notice of you. She was right, because Boaz had been kind to me and took notice that I needed help. She knew that the minute I got home. Throughout this whole time, though, I could not believe how kind Boaz was to help me get food for Boaz and I. Boaz really showed kindness. And kindness is important. Others will be kind to you if you are kind to them. And God, when you are kind to others, you will be favored in God's eyes. Now, I did not understand this until I realized that Boaz was helping me because of my kindness that I showed to Naomi. Not only does God say that we are to be kind, but we are also supposed to act out kindness. We are supposed to, through our lives, we are supposed to act it out. So today, I want to challenge you guys to be kind to everyone around you, because you never know when you're going to need kindness from somebody else. Just look at me. I just wanted to be there for Naomi. I just wanted to be there to help her. But I also needed help because we needed food. And it was somebody named Boaz who was kind enough to help me. Now, I realize how important kindness is. I hope this helps you and has made you realize what your parents are saying when they tell you to be kind to your brothers and sisters. Hopefully, this word search will help you remember my story too. And I hope everybody has a great day.
Yay. Thank you, Alysha.